Glenn, let me ask you, for organizations like yours that are also grant funded, what opportunities are there to be better stewards of the funds that you receive?
Well, I think I touched on one. If you're fortunate enough to get a grant, uh, in my opinion, the worst thing you can do is just uh, kind of fritter that money away. Go out and go on a hiring spree, because sooner or later that grant money is going to be gone, and you've got to keep those people on your payroll, or at least you certainly want to keep those people on your payroll. So I guess I would give three pieces of advice. First, look for ways to spend that money wisely, in ways that it will grow and it will bring in more revenue. And my philosophy has always been that I want to run Q City Metro on its operating revenues and not on the grant money. The grant money I get is for investing in the future. That is for new initiatives that we think will bring in more revenue a year, 2 years, 3 years down the road. I don't know if it was Sam Walton with Walmart or someone else who said, if you pay attention to the pennies, the dollars will take care of themselves. So when we talk about things like reviewing your tech stack to see if you're using all the products you've signed up for. In our case, we've been in business 14 years. We've signed up for a lot of things in 14 years. So we have to go through every now and then and say, is this something we're really using? Is there a free or a lower cost option? Paying attention to the pennies so that the dollars can take care of themselves. The other thing that we do, as I mentioned, or that one other thing that we're preparing to do that I mentioned is fortunately, we're able to have a reserve now. Up until now, that money has just sat in a checking account because there was nothing else to do with it. You want to keep it safe. You don't want to tie it up into something that's going to be speculative or whatever. And so it sat in a checking account earning 0% interest because there was just nowhere else to go. But as the Fed has raised interest rates, we're starting to see some fairly short-term CDs, 3 months, 6 months, that are paying 4 and close to 5%. So we are working with our accountant now to set up a brokerage account so that we can put some of that money in a place where it will actually earn interest. You don't want to tie it up long term because this is money you might need. So we're talking about staggering our reserves, some of it in perhaps 3-month CDs, maybe some in 6-month CDs, maybe we'll go out a year on a smaller amount, so that not only so that money is not just sitting there, so that it's working for us. So when you put all of those things together, I think that's what Sam Walton meant about paying attention to the pennies so that the dollars will take care of themselves. The other thing that I would say is that when I first launched the business, I thought I could do way more than I could do. And one of the smartest things I did, and I wish I had learned it from the very beginning, was to invest in an accountant, someone who can help me think through these things, someone who can advise me. We saved tens of thousands of dollars a year because our accountant said, you're organized wrong for tax purposes. If you change the way you're organized, you would pay a lot less in tax. So we did that, and we're paying a lot less in tax. So even if she did nothing else, she's paid for herself just in that. So invest in someone who knows more about business and accounting and taxes. someone who can be a partner, someone who can hold your hand and look over your books each month and say, here's an area where I think you can cut. You're out of line in this area. I think you're paying a little more over here than I think you should. So, once again, if you pay attention to the pennies, the dollars will take care of themselves.
Glenn, thank you. Lots of great points there. And the accounting one, it always strikes me because it's something that, even for solopreneurs, if you will, it's a big one.
And if for nothing else, Zuri, it just relieves such a headache.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Even if you save nothing, if you will, it's just taking that headache off your plate so that you can focus on the things you're good at. I'm not good at bookkeeping, and I know that. And so I don't want to put that on my plate.